And you just released Riviera.
Mhm.
How would you describe this album in your own words, and how does it differ from your previous work, Neroli?
Well, it's never easy to talk about your music in general, to describe music, especially if it's music you wrote. But well, I think a good point would be to compare these two albums, and I mean, started with Narrowly. I released it in 2021, and it was like a huge photo, let's say, of my previous life. So you really have songs from I mean, I wrote when I was 16, 20, 25. You know, it was very wide. So the real challenge to me was to make this song coexist in one album, because they were very different, and I had to find as a solution like a common sound, a common arrangement in order to be, you know, good an album. But for Riviera, it was different, because it was a different thing, because I started writing this album knowing that, I mean, I started writing songs knowing I wanted to do an album with them. So it was like 2 years time. It was like, yeah, last 2 years, I think. So it's more recent. And so yeah, like everyone, I think the second album is like more conscious, better arranged, more refined in my case. Well, I think the first album was to learn, you know, how to record an album, because I did it all alone. I think Riviera is more complex in a way, and I also used different equipment this time, a guitar, you know, in order to have a more organic sound in a way.
And what's the story or concept behind the title Riviera? Sorry.
Uh, well, I don't think there's a real concept, just a theme, to be honest. I mean, the word Riviera, I really like the word itself. I like it visually. I like the way it sounds. I mean, I think it's a very evocative word, to be honest, for everybody. If you think about the Riviera, you obviously you think about sun, the sea, probably the summertime. And something I really like as well is that it's a common word for several languages. You know, you say, I don't know, Riviera in English, Riviera in Italian, Riviera in French, and etc. No, so I think it's a common, and it's very evocative for lots of people, and it's kind of universal. And so when I say there isn't a real concept, is that the album doesn't talk about uh, the sea and the the sun and stuff. But I simply like the word, and exactly like Narrowly, really like the word itself and the way it sounded. And yeah, that's it.
It sounds very Spanish
Riviera.
because
Yeah,
we've got a bottle of wine that it's called Riviera too.
yeah, it's nice. I mean, you have perfumes, you have films, you have wines. So it's, yeah, that's the reason it's evocative, you know.
It's for everything. And your music blends dream pop, synthwave, and electronic pop. How would you define your sound, and what influences stand out of this album?
Uh, well, I think there's a big difference between you know, the sound you think you have and the sound you actually have. Um, I think it's all about perception. I mean, it's what people perceive uh, of your music. I mean, you think you have precise sound. You want to sound like a band from '80s, but you know, actually, for another listener, you can sound like something else. And this is a bit tricky, but it's kind of cool at the same time. I want, yeah. My starting point was I really wanted to sound my album to sound like an '80s record, But then, while I was arranging it and recording it, um, there were some new elements I really wanted to explore and to play. So you never know. It's unpredictable. So I think that there's definitely a huge um, influence from 80s, from synth pop and the new wave and stuff, of course. But I think there's also something else. I hope so.
And many of your songs have a nostalgic um, feel. Where does that sensitivity come from?
Uh, from my song, you say, no?
Yes.
Um, I think yeah, it's mostly it's memories, past memories, dreams, key moments. Um, I mean, I don't like love songs, to be honest. I don't want to write a love song. But yeah, I think memories, dreams, childhood are very good themes for me. I mean, I'm very inspired by that. And also, a big theme for me, it's detachment and distance because I live abroad now. I don't live in my home country. And so my family it's I mean, it's not really far away, but it's away. So I see them. I see my mother and sisters when like 3 times per year. My friends. I mean, I also have friends here, of course, but I'm talking about school friends and stuff. So it's a very deep topic for me. I mean, I'm really inspired. You have plenty of song, talking about detachment and distance.
And what's your creative process when writing, producing, and arranging Lemonade songs?
It's Lemonille.
Lemonade, sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean, it's a word I invented, so you can pronounce the way you prefer. It's
I've been
uh,
practicing, but
no, it's okay. Uh, yeah, it's an invented word, so honestly you can pronounce whatever. Sorry, the question was yeah,
the creative
the creative
process when
process. Yeah,
writing, producing, and everything.
yeah, I have different process, I think, like everybody, but I think the one I prefer, it's um I mean, sometimes I have music in my head without making any efforts, and it's completely random and involuntary as well. So while I'm, doing while I'm on holiday or while I'm in a journey, I don't know, I have out of the blue a new melody in my head, and it is fantastic for me. It's like a gift. So first of all, I have to be sure it's not a melody from somewhere else, for someone else. Then I have to, yeah, record and be a production work, sorry, on it. And so yeah, I think it's very cool. And also it happens to me as well. I dreamt about a music. I mean, I was dreaming, and I had a melody in my head during the dream. So when I woke up, I ran immediately and grabbed my guitar and record the melody, in order to not to forget. And then, yeah, I think this is involuntary process is more poetic than rather than set in front of your piano and uh, think about the right melody and the right notes you have to use for a song.
Rivera has a very cinematic and atmospheric tone. Do you think in images or landscapes while composing?
No, not really. I mean, I really like the idea of merging song with merging song with videos and images in general. It's really inspiring, but no, it's not my starting point. I mean, I think I have a very big dream, which is to a day to write how do you call it, a soundtrack for a film or a series, for instance. And yeah, I think writing such a thing, you can be inspired by images, of course. Uh, but no, in my case, no. I think about, as I told you, memories and stuff. Yeah.
It would have been perfect your music for something like Stranger Things
Yeah, I think yeah, it's the 80s vibes and yeah.
for
Yeah, I think so.
for the reboot.
Yeah, yeah.
You went for playing in rock bands to developing a solo electronic pop project. What challenges and freedoms come with that shift?
Uh, yeah, plenty of. Yeah, it's true that I started playing with friends in a rock band. It was a proper rock band with guitars, drums, and at that time I had like a guilty pleasure. I mean, I liked electronic music and 80s music, but I didn't dare to talk about with friends because they were very rock. So it was just yeah a guilty pleasure. But I was really interested into this kind of sound and I mean everything changed when my mother gave me my first synthesizer as a present when I was 18. It was my first synthesizer, and it completely changed the way I composed music, the way I played music as well. So I think this was the exact moment when I started, thinking about doing music all alone and composing music without friends, without any band's members. Because if you're in a band, of course, you have lots of pros. You have different ideas, but the thing is that you also have cons, which are conflicts sometimes. It's a kind of I mean, you want to be the best playing a part, you want to be the best writing a song. It's like, a competition. I mean, it's a cool competition because it's with friends, but again, it's sometimes it can be a lack of freedom as well. So yeah, I have more freedom now that I can compose and write all alone. But it's also then a danger because you don't have someone who's, telling you that what you are doing is not. Um, it's not exactly good. You always have to have a person telling you if it's good, if it's wrong, if it's too long, if it's too short. It depends.
And which track on the album do you think connects most with your audience and why?
Sorry. The track. Uh, yeah, there is a track. It's called "When I Come Back" from narrowly from the first album. I think that one. It's. I mean, I had very positive feedbacks for this track. I can't tell you the reason. I have an opinion. Probably it's because it's. I mean, you have positive and cheerful melody mixed with sad lyrics. I think it's a good uh, mixture. So I think yeah, people are happy to know. I mean, to reflect their sad feelings with lyrics, but also they want a cheerful music and a cheerful melody as well. So I think it's a good mixture. And also, there is another song which is called Riviera, like the album. You have the album and the song, and it's also a song I really received several good feedbacks for this song, and I think it's exactly the same. I mean, it's you have very sad lyrics, but the melody is okay. I mean, it's kind of happy and stuff. So yeah, I think that's the right recipe um, for a song to be appreciated, I think.
And how important is the visual aesthetic to your project, from album art to music videos and social media?
It's quite important. It's very important. I mean, when I started, I felt it was not really useful, and I was kind of doing DIY stuff about art in general. But then I realized that no, I really had to do it properly, and I decided to do some collaboration with friends and with some um, graphic designers. So for the first album, I asked to a friend, Ruben. He's a graphic designer and artist as well. I really liked his works, and I asked him if he wanted to do the cover of Natalie. And he accepted, so I was very happy. And he did the cover, Hyperlight's cover, which is a single. Then for the second album, sorry, I wanted to. I mean, it's new album, so new graphic. I wanted I mean, to write to another person and find another person, another artist. And there is an artist called Paolo Metaldi, which is I knew him on Instagram, and I wrote a direct message to know if he wanted to collaborate with me and create my um, yeah, the cover of the album. And I was surprised because he was so kind, and he liked my music as well. So it was a real collaboration. It was very nice, and so he did he made the artwork for Riviera. So I think it's very important. It's not just a support. I think it's as important as the music itself. And for the video, I really would love to, but I I never had the opportunity so far.
And how has the reception of Riviera been so far from both fans and critics?
Um, well, quite good, to be honest. I'm very happy, and I think people are very kind. And I like feedbacks in general. I mean, sometimes I would like people to be more like bad, really telling me if I'm doing something wrong, if they really, I mean, I'm very focused on what people don't like. Um, but it's strange because I have more feedbacks from people I don't directly know, rather than people from my family or close friends. They're kind of, I mean, we don't care. It's like, yeah, yeah, you're doing music, yeah, good for you, but okay. And while on Instagram, I have several people I don't personally know directly, and they are super welcoming, and they really, I mean, they are more positive and present than actual friends.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
It's very, I don't know, that's happened also with other people, and I don't have a real explanation for this. I don't know.
And is there a song in your music that you consider especially personal or revealing about yourself?
Yeah, yeah, especially two. One, two. I mean, every song is very personal, but you have one which is called "The Sailing Ship" in Riviera, and I think it's one of the most personal thing I've done. But again, I think I'm more confident with music. I feel more confident expressing feelings with music rather than writing. And also, if you write, it's like I mean, people can really understand what you are talking about. And sometimes it's kind of intimidating. So I want to leave a sense of mystery for a listener. And also, I think it's very important for people, for a person, if to have his own concept of a song. You know, I can write a song about something, and then a listener can take this song and have his own memories with this song. And so sometimes not to be that explicit could be very helpful and interesting for art in general, I think.
And in your experience, what role does electronic music play in conveying emotions that other genres might not capture?
Uh, well, I think electronic music is very unique, because I mean, generally speaking, when you do when you play and when you write electronic music, you do it with synthesizers and drum machines and stuff. And I think synthesizer, it's I mean, you synthesize you
Yes.
use a sound. So it's so you create a sound from a wave, from a simple wave. You create a sound, and normally this sound doesn't exist in nature. So it's a unique sound, and your brain is not used to this new sound. So I think when you listen to electronic music and electronic new sounds from the synthesizer, your brain has to go beyond its imagination, and so I think it's wider than listening to a violin or a piano or a guitar, because your brain is already used to this kind of sound. While if you create a precise sound with a synthesizer, it's you can really you can go very far away, imagining stuff and feelings with this. And also, there is a given idea. I mean, lots of people think that electronic music it's always very digital and cold, without no feelings or emotion. But I think exactly the opposite way, because if you know how to, properly use a synthesizer, and if you have a bit of good taste as well, you can do some. I'm not saying that I have good taste. I mean, I'm just saying
You
in
can say
general.
it.
No, no, I'm saying in general, you can do something very deep and complex, and convey emotion and feelings also with a synthesizer.
And looking ahead, what can we expect from Lemonille? New albums, collaborations, live shows, or other creative projects?
Well, I'm recording some material at the moment, so it's for sure I'm gonna do. I want to release a third album, but yeah, I mean it's too early to talk about this, because I'm just recording some material, and I think they are not even songs at the moment. So some ideas, but for sure, yeah, I'm recording a new album. Um, I really would love to do some live shows as well, but it's too complicated for me, because I don't want to go, to a stage and playing backing tracks and sing like a karaoke, because if you play an instrument like a piano or a guitar, and you have a good voice, which is not my case, it's a proper concept to me. But for the style of music I do, I really would love to have a real musician with me. I would love to have a drum player, for instance, a guitar player with me. I think three elements, me and two friends, for instance. And but again, it's difficult to give a proper structure to a life. So I really have to think about it. I really would love to, because I have some ideas, but I have to to think about more deeply.
Any musician interested?
Yeah, please.
Please. And do you have any message you would like to give to people who will be watching us?
Uh, Thank you for watching. No, no, not really. I mean, I think it's a it's a great format, in order to inform people about some details they didn't know. And um, no, I think it's always interesting to listen to or to watch an interview. I mean, I really like interviews and watching interviews as well. So yeah, it's always something important.
Thank you so much for being with me today. It's been a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Thank you for having me.